Hello everyone and welcome to today's video. In my previous videos, I've touched on several aspects of employment-based immigration, second preference category, which is a pathway to becoming a permanent resident of the United States or having a green card. Previous videos covers how you can self-petition or submit your own petition to show that you qualify for this category. And again, in my previous video, you will find things like the cover letter or your self-petition itself, how you can arrange the all elements of your petition, which is like the general overview. I've also released video on certain chapters or aspects or sections expected to be in your petition. For example, advanced degree professionals, you want to state that you have advanced degrees to even start with, exceptional ability, that your field of proposed endeavor has substantial merit and is of national importance. I've also released video on recommendation letters, which is very important, and how to also fill forms that you have to submit alongside your petition, like the form I-140, like the form ETA, that is Employment and Training Administration Form 9089. Moving forward in today's video, my focus will be on one of the three important prongs that is required of you to show if you want to qualify for a National Interest Waiver category. Generally speaking, when you apply for the employment-based category, your employer will probably apply for you. However, if you claim you do not need a job offer, then you can apply or self-petition by yourself under the National Interest Waiver. And for you to do that, you must also fulfill three prongs. One of it is that your proposed endeavor has both substantial merit and national importance. I've shared a video link to that, which you will also find in the description section of this video. The second prong is that you have to tell that you, the petitioner, is well positioned to advance the proposed endeavor you're talking about. And the third prong says that on balance, it would be beneficial to the United States to waive the requirements of a job offer and thus the labor certification. Today's video is chiefly focused on the second prong, which is very, very important. So I will take you through it. Again, this is just like a workshop for you to draw understanding from to help as many persons who are trying to self-petition or even to have a general understanding of what it is. And for some of you who cannot do this by yourself and you want to employ the service of an immigration lawyer or a consultant and things like that, you still want to have an understanding of what they will be helping or assisting you with. And so this video is very important for you. Feel free to share it with your friends and family whom you think this applies to them. And subscribe to my channel for more videos. And feel free to follow me on Instagram as well. All right. So to get started, the second prong of the National Interest Waiver NIW application focuses on demonstrating that you, the petitioner, is well positioned to advance the proposed endeavor. This prong assesses your capabilities, resources, and plan to realize the endeavor. How do you show it in your petition when you are writing on this particular prong or this chapter? All right, so a couple of things which I'm going to touch on and perhaps share like a section of the cover letter, sample cover letter of someone with you. This is all about you, who you are. Tell your story. Everyone has a unique story. So if you are making a claim of your exceptional ability in a particular field, which is your proposed endeavor that you are doing, that you will do, or that you have done something on before, you want to tell your story to see or to sell yourself that you are well positioned. And how do you do that? Your academic qualifications, professional skills, industrial knowledge, past successes are some of the things that you can show. Now, a couple of things I'll be saying now, please do note that you do not necessarily need to have all of this. Whichever one you have, you possess, speak to it. Whichever has weight, speak to it. If you have all well and good, speak to them, making sure that they are positioning you to channel the course of your proposed endeavor. So, for example, if you've had only bachelor's degree plus 10 years of, at least 10 years of work experience in the area of your well positioning, you could, you are not just saying, oh, I obtained a bachelor's degree in this field and that is it. No. Yes, you obtained a bachelor's degree. During the course of that, what were some of the courses you did that were really unique, that made you start having interest in that particular field you're working on? You could speak to that. If you had good results also in those classes, you can speak to them. Then speak to about your 10 years plus of experience as well. And in the part of your years of experience, you don't just state that you had 10 years of experience. If you have it progressively in one company, how did you progress? What were the roles that you did? What were the things you execute during this period? What were the projects you worked on? Your impacts and the likes. If you have master's degree, you speak to your master's degree as well. All the projects you have done during the course of your studies, you speak to them, making sure you are selling yourself and is aligning to your proposed endeavor. If you have a PhD or you are still doing your PhD, what are the research areas you've been working on? Maybe as a research assistant or a teaching assistant or a graduate assistant. In any means, all the things you've been working on, collaborating with professors, collaborating with your colleagues and the likes, you want to speak to them. Publications, if you are the type that you have publications, even if it's just conference paper that you've written, submitted, accepted, presented or not, you want to speak to them. If you have submitted a journal manuscript, or even if it's just an abstract that you submitted and it's been accepted, you can speak to it. Posters, you've presented posters in some of your class assignments, in your school, at conferences, and the likes. You can speak to them. Presentations, if you've also, presented, for example, maybe class presentation, like the topic, how the topic relates to your area of proposed endeavor, or even if it's at workplace, you are working, you have a good number of work experience, and you've presented to your teams, the content of the presentation, how it relates, connecting the dots matters a lot. You can present all this in your chapter 3, which is a well positioning. Do you have diplomas? aside your degrees you've had, some persons have diplomas, some persons have acquired many certifications. Speak to those certifications, not just the title of the certification, but what were the contents of that certification, and how, as you learning those contents during the certification process, influence who you are now in the area of your proposed endeavor. So you have to write or construct the story around that. Another thing is courses or trainings completed. So just like certification, some persons have done some trainings as well, training at workplace, training at school, trainings from the community, else anywhere, in as much as you can connect the dot or tell the story of the content of the training, what role or impact that training is having or has on you. You want to pen all that down as well. Community projects, if you are the type that you are involved in community projects, again, make sure it connects to the area you are speaking. If you can find the connection, then you can speak about it. If you are an author, maybe you've authored a book before, you can speak to it. Previous academic records, for those of you that maybe had good grades, you can speak to it. Again, it doesn't matter what your grade is, whether you finish with first class, second class, it doesn't matter. It's all about you telling your story. Leadership roles. So some of you, you've been engaged in leadership roles, what you did, how you did that, you've led teams, you can connect it to your story. Work history. For those of you that have, good number of years of work experience, or even if you don't, but if you have worked in one capacity or the other, connecting it to your story, how that has well positioned you to channel the course of your proposed endeavor. Some of you have had internship opportunity as an independent contractor, as a freelancer. All these are evidence of things that has, through the course of all these, you have positioned yourself to progress in an area you are talking about. Even as easy as some people have social media presence, you're a social media influencer, you have a YouTube channel. What are you talking about in your YouTube channel? Is it in line with what you're talking about as the area of proposed endeavor? Then you can put that, the number of views, the number of subscribers, and the likes. Professional membership. If you are in a particular field that you are claiming to have expertise on, or your area of proposed endeavor, then do you belong? How well are you known in that field? So if you hold, do you hold membership? So if you hold membership, which to some people is easy to get such membership, then you want to write about it as well, the role of such professional membership in helping you to channel your course. Now, having said all this, the list is endless. It depends on your case. It depends on your story. It depends on whatever you have acquired or achieved all through the years. It could also be voluntary services that you've done or you've engaged with. So another thing is development of model or plan. For some of you, who maybe in your petition, you're trying to show a business plan for a startup. Yeah, it's part of it. So the petitioner must have a model or plan for future activities related to the proposed endeavor. So that, again, that's an example of a business plan. So this is not a must. Like I said, it is what you have you want to speak to. So if you don't have any of the previous ones I've spoken about, you don't have some of them, it's fine. If you have a business plan too, especially for those in maybe in the art or the business field, you want to write your business plan, a detailed business plan. Progress towards achieving the endeavor. So any steps already taken towards achieving the proposed endeavor are also considered. For example, if you, the petitioner, has initiated a pilot project before, or even secured initial funding for that proposed venture, well, you can demonstrate that in your petition as well. interest or support from relevant entities. So any support or interest from potential investors or maybe experts in your field is really, really crucial. So how do you submit all this? Your evidence must be concrete, genuine, and you must present that as you write. You also want to show them as exhibits or artifacts to back it up. Say, for example, you said you've received this award. Where is the fact? If you have written about it, all good, but where's the fact? You could take a picture of the award and label it and put it as part of your exhibit. So the petitioner should submit evidence of past achievements and plans related to the proposed endeavor. And this might include if you have obtained awards before at your place of work, at your school, in community, if you have a patent, if you have letter from industry experts, you want to make sure you put all that in. And, the officer consider various evidence, which includes your education credentials are part of it, copyrights if you have, expert letters or reference letters or recommendation letters, even if you have media reports, if you have citation history, some of you have a lot of publications. If you go to your Google profile page and Scholar profile page, and you could get your citation history, or some of you that belongs to ResearchGate and the likes, if you can see the view history, the download history of any of your publication is part of it. Business plans, contracts, or even letters from government agencies. So all these are very, very important in demonstrating your chapter 3 that you are well positioned. Remember, if you have all of this, it's all about you telling the story. It's all about you connecting the dots. It's all about you providing evidence to back up your claim. Now, to summarize, the second prong of the NIW requires you, the petitioner, to demonstrate through tangible evidence and achievement that you have the necessary background, you have the plan, you have the support to advance that area of proposed endeavor you're talking about successfully. And this involves showcasing your educational and professional credentials, like I've said earlier, your past successes, any success you've had in the past, even if it's just an acknowledgement letter given to you or an acknowledgement email sent to you. You could print all that out. You can crop them, put them on Word documents, label them. All these are facts, exhibits, that you can show. Concrete plans for future activities, progress you've made so far. If you say you are working, this is the area of your proposed endeavor, you are thinking of working in this area. What is the progress you've made so far? What are some of the things you've done? Or what are the things you are presently doing to position you in that platform of being ready to accomplish that area, and the support or interest that you've garnered from relevant parties. So overall, this is what your chapter 3 is all about. Just have to argue your case and ensure that you sell yourself. It's all about you. It's all about your story. All right. If you look at the table of contents of this sample shown on the screen, focus on chapter 3, labeled as well positioned to advance broadening participation in engineering. For this person, this is his field, his area of proposed endeavor. And you could see that it's divided into sections, 25 to 40. That's about 15 pages that this person wrote about this, divided into at the bachelor's level, how it began. Like I said, in your case, you want to tell your story. You want to tell that your story is coherent. So whatever you're doing presently, even if you've had a master's degree or you've had a PhD degree or your PhD is ongoing, you started from somewhere. So you want to speak briefly. That's my own advice. You want to speak briefly to your background as well. No matter where you had your bachelor's from, even if it's from your own country, if it's not from the US, what are the things you can derive during the course of your bachelor's degree? What are the skills you've obtained or achieved? What are the kind of classes you've taken that empowers you? What are the kind of trainings you've done during this period? And have you been recognized during this time, maybe through, service award, through general award from your department, from your college, from your school, or you even receive scholarship, unique things that happened. Then we have 3.2, after bachelor's, notable progression. So this person is saying, yeah, this is how my story connects. So after my bachelor's degree, these were certain things I have done during this time. And this is how it relates to my area of proposed endeavor, right? Then 3.3, in the United States, how it is going. So for this petitioner, presently in the United States, is able to say, oh, fine, this is where I'm coming from. This is what I've done, but this is how it's also going. These are the things I'm doing presently, moving towards my area of proposed endeavor, right? So 3.3.1 to 3.3.6, the person spoke about all the different kind of projects that he has done. We have the next one, professional membership and service leadership, 3.3.7. If you have any of that, you want to put it there. 3.3.8, scholarly work. 3.4, other awards and recognition. 3.5, chapter 3, conclusion. So again, it's all about you. So use this as a guide to help you in writing your own petition. Please note, all the 3 prongs, the first, the second, the third, are very important. They are highly important. So you want to make sure you sell yourself. So that'll be it on today's video. I wish you all the best, and I will see you again in another video. If you've not subscribed to my YouTube channel, please do so. Use it as a means of supporting this free service. At the same time, if you need my assistance in guiding you through your petition process, you might contact me, consult me. You'll find details in the description link, my email, Instagram page. Please follow us as well. Thank you so much, and do have a nice time. Bye-bye.